Hey, welcome everybody to another episode of The Commute,
where I will be your driver.
And I will be your passenger. In Xinjiang City, in China's...
You're making that up.
I am. I'm at least mispronouncing it. In China's Hainan province, a woman dropped her cell phone worth $300 into a cesspit. Okay? Her husband, in an attempt to get back her phone, climbed down into the pit. However, he lost consciousness while inside the knee-deep pit to a lack of oxygen. The woman's mother-in-law, his mother, tried to jump in to save her son, but also passed out. Must have been one stinky cesspit. Yeah. So after the woman shouted for help, neighbors came and many tried to rescue them, but some of them were also passing out.
Happens a lot.
It's often.
Well, I mean, whenever there's like a chemical spill or something like that, like you get that all the time.
Like a chain reaction?
Yeah, or if somebody's drowning, usually, you know, the family will go out and try to save them, but they'll get caught.
Oh, especially drowning. I mean, one of the worst things you can do when someone's drowning is to go in and try to help them. Mm-hmm. Because if they don't know how to swim or they're panicking, they just pull you down with them.
Right.
I mean, I don't want to say like the worst thing is to try to help them, but if there's a lifeguard or something like that, you're better off calling them.
Get some kind of flotation thing or something.
Yeah, or that, a raft, something. Because, that does happen. They said the smell was too strong. One of the neighbors said, I lost consciousness before I could see anything. After finding a rope, the people pulled a total of 6 people out of the cesspit. The husband and his mother had weak pulses immediately following the rescue, but they were both pronounced dead upon arrival of medical responders. So before anyone could even get there, they were dead from the waste. Now look, I love my wife, and I hate to see her ruin a $300 phone, but I'm not jumping in a cesspit.
Something that, you know,
and I guess this is what they look like over there in China.
From the outside, probably, you could smell it.
You might want to reach in, maybe, and like, oh, can't find it. But even then, you're reaching in shit.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, honey, you just lost your phone. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank God for the cloud. Again, that's 2 days in a row, because we had the German kid yesterday.
Yeah.
Tried to empty a freaking pond to save a goddamn phone, man. That goes to tell you the value people. Like, it's got a cash value of $300. They're worth a lot more than that in these people's heads.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, that's everything's in there.
I can't play draw something if I don't have my phone.
What about my Migos?
You know how many Migos are dying in there? Save them, save them.
Well, I don't know, speaking of shit and, the Chinese, apparently, but, like, did you see that story, like, a few weeks ago? It was, it was a flight from, like, Beijing to Detroit.
Yes.
And, like, the parents, like, laid down newspaper so the kid could shit in the aisle of the plane.
Yeah.
And, apparently that's commonplace.
Yeah, they saw nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
Like,
that happens all the time, just in the street.
Now, was it that they were at, like, landing where you're not allowed to go use the bathroom?
I don't think so.
Or was
it was
like
just
mid-flight? Jesus Christ, man. And that stagnant airplane air that just keeps filtering through on itself.
You smell shit for the rest of your flight to Detroit. Now, that would be one flight I would just allow people to smoke on. You got them, light them. Light them up.
Get rid of the poopy smell. Please.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a story here on world peace. It's a good thing. World peace is what everybody wants, yet it's very hard to achieve. In India, Mani Manithan started his peace walk back in 1989. He's been doing the walk for 25 years now, right? Walking for peace. But it's not just an ordinary walk that he does, he walks backwards. So this guy has been walking backwards for 25 years. He says he hasn't taken a step forward. When he first started, he decided he was going to walk naked for 300 miles. And he did that and said, I gotta do something else. I have to walk backwards. So this silly fucker claims that he cannot now make himself walk forward. He said he's forgotten how to walk forward and his body won't do it.
25 years. I mean,
25 years of always walking back. I mean, I guess he doesn't fucking cook, or like, can you walk backwards and turn around? And now you're at the stove and I can stand?
Yeah, probably.
You know, like, he said, walking normally is more of a challenge. My mind has forgotten how to do it. I've become very comfortable walking like this. My life has been full of struggles, sacrifice, achievements, and protest. So I have no issue continuing my backwards walking until we achieve world peace. Really, dude? One, that's doing nothing for world peace. Two, the world's starting to get worse again. I just fucking learn how to walk forward again.
Right.
I just
figure it back out again. Come on.
People walking the streets. Cross at the lake. I can see that right away. But so silly fuckers walking backwards for 25 years.
Hell,
you just can't live. How do you have a normal fucking life?
Well, you don't. I mean, it's just like any of the other, like, in that area of the world, any of the, like the yogis and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
How they do all, just each one has their own individual thing. Yeah, and that's what they do, and that's it. They have a whole following, and somehow they survive.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't live. You got one life. You know, I'm not walking backwards my whole time. You can't.
Is he walking somewhere in particular, or he's just?
No, it's just he's walking.
He just lives his life.
I guess to bring attention to it. And people go, "Oh, this poor guy. Let's make peace, so Manny can walk forward." Like,
well, even if there was peace, he wouldn't know how. So
yeah, he's stuck that way. That'd be the best. There's finally world peace, and it's shit. I can't walk forward.
Oh, you're destroying it, man. You're destroying. Oh, world peace over.
Shit.
We had it.
And you took a step forward. Now there's nukes everywhere. You silly bastard. Well, let's see what happened in this day a very long time ago. August 12, 1961, East Germany begins construction of the Berlin Wall to divide East and West Berlin and stem the tide of refugees. 80 people were killed trying to escape after the wall was constructed. Surprised it's that little. I would have thought there was.
It was such a big thing. I mean, how many movies were made?
Yeah.
You know, about that and in that area.
The wall was demolished in late 1989. Thank you, Mr. Reagan. August 12th, you're not going to hear me say that often. August 12th, 2000, Russian nuclear submarine sinks in the, what is that, Barents Sea?
Yeah.
Killing all 118 crew. The exact cause is unknown. I remember this. International team and $100 million was raised the Kursk on September 26, 2001. They make a movie about that too.
For October?
No. Because there was one guy, or maybe it was just with a family, I read something. One of those guys was alive a lot longer than everyone else. Mm-hmm. And he managed somehow to keep some kind of journal and write what was happening. Yeah. And he was just like stuck in this one area with all these dead people and all this water. Mm-hmm. And it was pretty frightening stuff to imagine yourself in that.
I mean, that just being on a submarine alone is enough to freak most people out.
Yeah,
you know?
I couldn't do it. I'd like to think I could, but I could do it for like an hour. Then I'd freak the fuck out.
You'd have to get out.
Claustrophobia. And I'm a short guy, you know. I should be comfortable in a submarine. But it's not even the close quarters. It's close quarters under all that water. You know, you can't get out if you want to. That's what gets me.
There's no.
You can't get out if you want to.
Yeah.
But some people, they love it.
And anymore, I mean, they stay submerged for months at a time.
I would go absolutely goddamn crazy, dude.
You just get a routine. Just like anything. You're used to anything.
Man, that's another place they said. Prisons and submarines. A lot of anal rape going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's the whole thing on that. They're like, is you and a bunch of guys underwater for a couple months?
It just drives you.
Fucking happens, man, yeah. And they said a lot of these guys keep their mouths shut about it.
Wow.
Rape victims required. Which we'll talk about later.
Okay.
August 12th, 1990, Largest ever Tyrannosaurus Rex skeleton discovered in South Dakota. A long legal battle began over land rights where the skeleton was found. The Chicago Field Museum bought the skeleton at a
Public auction
in '97 for $8.36 million, financed in part by McDonald's and Disney. Really? Went on display in May of 2000. How much bigger was it than it was worth? Fuck, man.
I don't know. It's the largest they've ever found. So.
Is there that much money involved in it? You're going to pay over $8 million for it?
I guess. I mean,
people want to come see it.
Specimen.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, this weather sucks. Holy fuck, man.
Go ahead.
Yeah, why not?
It's all yours.
It's safe. Don't ram into the back of the other guy. Black fighter. August 12, 1865. First use of disinfectant as part of surgery by Joseph Lister. Hence Listerine.
I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
It's interesting. Until then, people got operated on it and died.
Got significantly more infections.
Yeah. Christ, women used to die during childbirth because of that.
Yeah.
They'd be fine, but their husbands would come in with fucking shit on their hands from the farm.
Yeah.
Stick it in their vagina and kill them. It's PDA from the Commute. Don't put shit in your vagina. Shit in the vagina kills. Maybe we can help. Remember, wait front to back or else you die. August 12, 1877. Thomas Edison invents the phonograph, first sound recording. And now he'd be proud. We got the cloud, and you don't even need devices really anymore.
No, not at all.
That's pretty wild. August 12, 1898. Spanish-American War ended. U.S. acquired Guam, Puerto Rico, the Philippines, and annexes Hawaii. So we acquired Guam, Puerto Rico, Philippines. What do we do with all of them? I mean, I know Puerto Rico is still a property.
Yeah, I mean they're all.
All of them are still, yeah.
In that. Weird,
I didn't know they all were.
Yeah, I didn't figure that either, but they're all in that semi-attached state.
August 12, 1977, Space Shuttle Enterprise passes its first solo flight test. Wow, they just now, they retired it or something? Or what did they do with the Enterprise recently?
Well, the whole fleet's gone, but yeah, is that the one that's in DC?
Yeah. That's pretty cool. We went and saw that last year. And now they actually let you walk completely under it. Mm-hmm. You just see all the burnt tiles, and it's all original except for the boosters. Mm-hmm. So they took them to reuse them or do something with.
Yeah.
But that's something cool to see.
That's
free.
Cool.
You can't beat it for free.
Yeah, I haven't been down there to see that yet.
And that's pretty neat. You see that and where the Transformers was filmed.
Oh.
A little Transformer section in the Air and Space Museum. You'd love it.
I really wouldn't.
August 12, 1981, IBM unveils its first PC. Mm-hmm. So, was that the first PC for home use? Or was it?
I don't know.
Because I remember during one of the Super Bowls, it was probably then, they had the big commercial. I remember, like, IBM coming to your home.
I guess all the rest of them were, they didn't call them PCs, personal computers. They called them whatever else,
And everyone's like, oh, no!
You can have it in my house.
Now I can type without a typewriter in my house for $5,000.
Yeah. It's a pretty good show, that Halt and Catch Fire that was on.
Yeah?
Recently.
Yeah, I didn't catch any of that.
Man, it's not too bad.
Is that what it was about, the IBM?
Sort of. It's in that same era, but it's like a fictional company trying to start up their own, PC thing. Like they're trying to come up with their own computer.
So it was like loosely based on...
Yeah, it's like in those times, and involving those companies and stuff. That's worth watching. That's pretty good.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's got Lee Pace from, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, the bad guy from that.
The bad guy.
Ronan or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
That guy, and then he was also the pie maker from Pushing Daisies.
Never saw Pushing Daisies.
No, I never saw the show.
What's
Good
that?
show. It was a TV show. Guy was like it was weird, like offbeat kind of comedy thing.
About death?
Yeah, sort of. I mean, you'd have to see it.
I never watched 6 Feet Under, but I always watched the first 2 minutes of it because it just shows someone dying in some way.
Yeah.
It was just interesting, some of the ways they came up with. So I put it on demand, watch the first 2 minutes, done, watch the next 2 minutes, done. That's how I watched that show. I couldn't tell you what it was about.
Supposedly that's a good show.
I think it was about a family that owned a funeral home or something.
Yeah.
That's the most I got out of it. Sometimes I've accidentally not turned it off. See a minute of it.
Get a couple minutes into it.
Alright, well, Comcast recently, they had that whole thing with the customer service call and people. So what they recommend you do now with not just Comcast, but all large companies, is record your conversation and let them know it's being recorded, and you will always get your way. Such a case like this, where a Tim Davis called Comcast for service recently, and he made sure to tape it. It was the only thing that stopped Comcast from inventing charges and taking $180 from him for repairing a connection they had messed up in the first place. He had moved apartments and brought with him his Comcast modem. He wanted to switch companies, but he had no choice. Mm-hmm. Sounds familiar, huh?
Yeah.
Only discovered that there was a problem on Comcast's end with the internet connection. They said they'd send someone out for free, and someone came out. But it was not free. They made up a bunch of charges blaming him for the problems, totaling $182. So when he told them, hey, look, just so you know, I've recorded everything we've said, from beginning to end with you guys. So what are you going to do now? And then they were like, oh yeah, you know what? I am seeing here. And we're just going to waive all those charges. So they would have fought him tooth and nail for $182. Mm-hmm. And the problem people have with Comcast doing that is, and they're saying there's worse companies than cable and internet companies out there. You have companies that manufacture weapons to kill people. Yeah. But that is their job. Comcast's job is to deliver you ones and zeros. Mm-hmm. And that's it. Yet they make their money the side of business of fucking you over, robbing you blind, making up shit.
Yeah.
They'll try to get every penny they can. Mm-hmm. While simultaneously rigging the law to prevent competition and making it illegal for townships to install superior infrastructure. I know we've kind of talked about them before kind of doing this, but American interspeeds are a fraction of those other developed nations that we pay out the nose for it. Mm-hmm. They say, well, maybe it's because Verizon, AT&T, Time Warner, and Comcast spent $12.2 million lobbying Congress just during the first quarter of this year. $12 million lobbying Congress in 3 months.
Yeah.
Instead of, putting that money to
infrastructure.
Yep. Fiber optic cables, making stuff a little better.
Training their employees.
Yeah. Comcast does not deserve a business, or does not deserve to be in business. They say American capitalism is about competition, not abusing customers and rigging the law to preserve monopolies. 30% of Americans only have one option in their area for internet service. Yeah. 30%. So this is why I'm bringing this up, because we have more stats that we have never brought up. Mm-hmm. We knew it was a fact, but here's actual numbers. Many of the remaining 70% only have a false choice, such as in New York City. Now, New York City is home to 2.5% of all Americans, mm-hmm. right? Pretty large number for one city. Such a big country. There are several companies in New York, but no choice. Your service provider is determined by which company has monopolized the building you live in or your township to say that, okay, we'll only allow you in. So even when there is choice, there's no choice. There's choice for the owner, for the rich, mm-hmm. To make money, because you figure, how do they get them to say we'll be the only company?
Right.
Give them fucking money. Mm-hmm. So it's like, Capitalism's dead. You know, so
yeah, it's corporatism. It's
we're make a big deal because we're the land of the free, but the land of the free if you can afford it. Mm-hmm. Everything else you get what you can get. I mean, think about it. Even like food.
Yeah.
You know, you're as free as one, what you can afford, and two, what's around you.
Yeah.
You know, there's only so many grocery stores you're going to make it to.
Mm-hmm. There's only so far you can feasibly go to get different kinds of food.
If you want to go further, gas money. Gas isn't cheap now.
Yeah.
And again, are you really free? There's no options in gas. There's nobody selling gas $1 cheaper than anybody else. Mm-hmm. Mostly because of taxes and because of greed.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I just wanted to bring some of those facts up.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit.
You know, we gotta fucking deal with it.
Yeah.
But record your phone calls when you call from now on. Put your phone on speaker. Get your recording, device on your phone or whatever.
Just do it that way.
Fuck it until the problem's resolved. Hang them, keep them on your phone. Not gonna take up much space.
Yeah.
Audio file until the problem's resolved. And we were having problems with them. And there you go.
I've been having nothing but problems with them.
For years, right?
Yeah.
When are they supposed to come out next?
Oh, there was no definite.
Oh, no, just we'll call you.
Yeah. No, not even they'll call me.
Oh.
It's
just we couldn't fix it.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's a ticket in for some tech to come out to the pole, but that's it.
Oh. That could have even happened already, and you wouldn't know about it.
Right. Yeah. Who would know?
Jesus Christ. Okay. Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto story. Popular video game, Grand Theft Auto 5, just in case anyone doesn't know, it lets you get away with a number of crimes, looting, murder, stuff like that. But that's not enough mayhem for some people, so they decided to rewrite its code and add another crime to the game, rape. They are now raping in Grand Theft Auto. In a disturbing trend, GTA 5 gamers are virtually raping the avatars controlled by other people playing online. Then they post videos of their exploits on YouTube of them raping another avatar.
Oh my gosh.
The virtual rapists modified the game's code to let them do things they otherwise couldn't. They choose a naked or pantsless man as their character, lock them to another player, and play an animation that thrusts his pelvis back and forth. Mm-hmm. And sure enough, I mean, in the story I was watching, there's multiple videos of people on YouTube posting, virtual rape. A Reddit user with the handle Mr. Eric Matilla described the experience of being a victim. You cannot kill them, and there's nothing you can do about it. Once they attach themselves to you, you're locked on. Worse, when he's done, your character is stuck doing strip dances. You can't get out of doing strip dances from your character, and that's what you're doing. You're doing stripper dances. In the past, Rockstar has pushed back against accusations that its games depict rape. Last year, when a video game blogger at PlayStation Universe thought he encountered a rape scene in Grand Theft Auto 5, Rockstar responded that the episode in question was meant to depict and imply cannibalism, not rape. You're mistaken, sir.
Totally different.
Sadly, virtual rape is not new to video games. Earlier this year, video game writer Kim Korea described her own virtual sexual assault in the zombie apocalypse game DayZ. People are rewriting code for that. Two armed men cornered her character, made her strip, killed her, and then simulated having sex with her dead body.
Oh, I don't even think they changed the code for that.
No?
No. That's all stuff that happens in that game.
In the game?
Yeah.
It says the players could speak to her through the video game the entire time. So is that code that the game wrote into it?
What's that?
In DayZ?
I mean,
being able to make someone strip, kill them, and then have sex with their dead body?
No, they probably killed her or threatened her to, because in that game, if you die, you're dead, and that's it. I mean, you lose all your stuff.
Lays there.
So, it's up to you whether or not you're gonna turn over your stuff with or without a fight. So, if she turned over her stuff, then that would leave her in that position, and then they killed her. That's, to me, that sounds like everything that could potentially happen in that game. But
wow, she said she definitely does not want to say what happened to me verbally. Is as important as if I had happened to me in real life. Man, you're stretching it now.
Also, you can log out. I mean, just log out. Like, if they're saying something you don't want to hear, just log out, or you know.
Can't you even, like, you don't have to log out, but can't you, if it's just what they're saying, can't you just turn off the audio?
Yeah.
Like, people can't talk to you?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
But she's saying it's just as bad as if it happened in real life. I get it, it might be offensive and something you don't want to see.
Sure, but that's not over-dramatized.
Right,
I mean,
it's still just a picture of something happening. It's not really happening to you. Like, you know, let it happen in real life and then tell me if it was just as bad as that time you were playing that video game.
Right.
So, but that's insane.
Yeah.
I say the part about leaving your characters to do stripper dances when they're done, that's funny.
Yeah. Well, I don't understand why they would let that continue to happen. Like, in the, I mean, they keep a pretty tight rein on their online environment. I'm surprised that's
YouTube. I'm surprised YouTube allows those videos to be posted.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I mean,
you know, and you get these crazies that see it in a game and want to do it in real life.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, I mean, and that all of that stuff. What does that go back to? Like, I don't know, probably even before Halo or whatever. But you know, people doing the squat animation over you after they kill you.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah. Well, yeah, I'm okay with that. A little rude, but
it's along those same lines.
But yeah. So, all right, well, that'll do it for this happy episode of The Commute. Hope you learned something today. Make sure you like and subscribe on YouTube and Facebook. Check out our website, twocommute.com, TWOcommute.com. Follow us on Twitter @DriverPassenger, and shoot us an email. Let us know what you think at thecommutepodcast@comcast.net. Hope to see you soon.